Hey, I'm Jocelyn. I'm 17 years old. I like a lot of kooky things, musical theatre and ballet and classical music, like performance in general. I spend my spare time reading and listening to music and going to the theatre, but usually I'm studying. I'm in my last year of high school. I graduate in November. I live at home with my parents, my twin sister Laura and our dog. And I have spina bifida.
Spina bifida is a neural tube condition affecting 1 in 10,000. It occurs when the spine doesn't form around the spinal cord properly, causing damage to it. This defect impedes the ability for the brain to send messages to the spinal cord, meaning many who have it are physically disabled. Jocelyn and many others in her situation also suffers from hydrocephalus. This means Jocelyn has a lot of fluid in her skull that cannot drain itself. The pressure from this destroyed part of her brain before she was born. As a result, she has a tube in her brain to drain this fluid. Spina bifida can be physically and mentally grueling for those affected by it. It encroaches every facet of their lives.
So how has your disability influenced your relationship with other people?
It's made me wary of other people and other people wary of me because people aren't in contact with disability, so they don't have awareness of the realities of living with a disability and what we have to face. And the main thing I think people base their assumptions on is the media, which misrepresents disability completely.
Can you describe an average school day?
A simple school day presents a lot of challenges, both physically and mentally. The school campus is really big and it's got several steep slopes which I've got to negotiate. It is made so much harder by a backpack full of my books for the day, which is slung over the back of my wheelchair. The fact that a part of my brain doesn't exist anymore means that the remainder of it has got to work a lot harder than a whole brain, and as a result I get mentally tired and lose concentration more easily. That's only part of it though. Wherever I go, I have to deal with the misconceptions people have about my disabilities. I think people often assume that physical disability equals mental retardation, and I worry often, especially when I have to work with a teacher I don't know, that I have to prove my intelligence before I'm treated with the same respect as any other student.
Spina bifida not only affects the lives of those who bear the weight of this defect, but its impacts are felt by their families as well. This is clearly the case with Jocelyn's family. What support networks were available to you as a parent raising a child with a disability?
As a parent of a child with a major disability, and really disabilities don't come more major than something like spina bifida and hydrocephalus, then support networks are probably the most essential thing you're going to need. We had one appointment with a representative of the Spina Bifida and Hydrocephalus Association of Queensland. Basically, after that, we were on our own.
Do you have concerns about Jocelyn having to overcome tougher obstacles than Laura?
I take it you mean after they leave school?
Yes, in life in general?
In life in general. As an adult, who's to say whether they're actually going to be tougher? There's no doubt, however, that Jocelyn's obstacles will certainly be, if not tougher, then different.
Most of the world we live in isn't built for people like me, and most people I meet don't understand my experiences. Some think that people with disabilities are victims destined to have a terrible life, defying the odds every day they live happily. I'm not an inspiration for able-bodied people. I'm just a person. I'm trying to be an ambassador for people with disabilities so that our society understands us better. That understanding is going to be what makes our lives better.